as shocking revelations in the world of hip-hop journalism that's taken everyone by storm. B-Dot from Rap Radar reveals that him and Elliott Wilson are not friends. They never been friends, and that they haven't even spoken to each other until 11 months ago when their contract negotiation ended. They had a podcast contract with WMG, Warner Music Group, and Interval Presents, and that ended. And him and Elliott were trying to negotiate another deal. Ever since then, they never dropped another podcast episode. They've been on hiatus, and Elliott Wilson and B-Dot have not communicated. B-Dot blames Joe Budden for fueling Elliott Wilson's new unrecognizable persona that B-Dot says taints the work that they've done together. And it's also frustrated B-Dot. Right? This has taken the hip-hop journalism industry by storm. I got Rob Markman tweeting me. Everyone, the whole industry, everyone's asking, what the Elliott? What the Elliott? What the Elliott? What's going on, Elliott? All right? Elliott, not Elliott, B-Dot DM'd me. B-Dot said, like, Joe Budden's the battery. He called Joe Budden the battery in my DMs. He's like, he's the battery. He's the battery for pushing this. I agree. All right. I'll play for context here. I can't show Joe Budden's clips because Joe it's on Patreon. You gotta go Joe Budden's podcast Patreon. Support Joe Budden's Patreon. Support our Patreon as well. But go to Joe Budden's Patreon to see the actual clips. I will play the audio of proof though that Joe Budden was the battery behind Elliott Wilson's back. You know what I'm saying? I remember this moment. I agree. For those who don't know, Elliott Wilson now has become, you know, for lack of a better term, almost like a rage baiter. Vocalizes his opinion way more. Makes content out of it. Does things that even me, like I look up to Elliott Wilson, I don't agree with, right? I think it was 2 weeks ago. This motherfucker, Elliott, literally played audio of Bow Wow going off on him. Telling him, like, I saw what you tweeted about my song, etc. I want to handle this privately as man to man, blah, blah, blah. And then Elliott Wilson plays the call, the voicemail of this man going off on the podcast, on the bigger picture. It's like, didn't Bow Wow just tell you to keep the shit private? But you want to reveal it publicly? Like, what are you doing?
This nigga's crazy. What do you
it's
say
like,
about
Elliott, what are you doing?
What do you say about the song? Did you say his ass?
He said it was bad. Remember I told you about the song? Because this is like the first time Chris Brown and Bow Wow have done music together in decades, maybe 2 decades. It's been a while.
Definitely ass. I didn't hear about it.
But I think I'm not gonna lie. I heard it over the weekend. People have been playing it. I think it's growing. It's decent. It has some legs, but probably obviously because of Chris Brown. Chris Brown really can do no wrong. It's Bow Wow's verses. It's kind of like, it's like, oh, Bow. But nostalgia might save it. But nonetheless, this is a clip right here showing you an example. Right, July 2023. Sent to me by B-Dot. B-Dot showed me. He's like a reminder. He's like, hey, this is another example of this man being the battery behind Elliott Wilson's back. Right? Joe Budden. This is what Joe Budden said 2 years ago.
Back, and that's going to help blowing me up. I love the spicy Elliott shit. I love what it's doing for him. We have never talked about Elliott this much. I've never seen the fans or anybody talk about Elliott so much. Know why? Because he be doing that Rap Radar shit. Step in your own bag and start some shit and take what come with it. I love it. And I like Drake firing at that nigga. Fired everybody. And I like.
So he says, I love Spicy Elliott. I love what he's doing, what he's doing for him. We've never seen him talked about this much because he be doing that Rap Radar shit. Step in your own shit, your own bag, do some shit, and take what comes with it. Which is what Elliott Wilson went on to do. Right? And then, I can't play this clip because this is from the Patreon. We want to steal another Joe's content. Shout out to Joe. This is the clip that also B-Dot was referencing. This was a Rap Radar interview last year or 2 years ago when they interviewed Joe Budden, and he was telling them both as well that they're stupid for not doing more things because their names are bigger than Rap Radar.
What? Well, y'all are bigger than Rap Radar. Okay. That's what the problem is. Personnel, us?
Individually.
Got you.
Elliott.
And then when he says that, look at B-Dot's face. Hilarious. He's like scritching his face like,
okay. That's what the problem is.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, right? Now, in my opinion, I totally agree with Joe Budden. I think B. Dot and Elliott Wilson are extremely talented and that they both have the potential to do what Joe Budden literally told Elliott Wilson on the phone call when B. Dot was on the studio, Shannon Sharp, Chad Ochocinco type shit. What do? They have their own podcast, Nightcap. Aside from Shannon Sharp's podcast, that he does weekly interviews, he has Nightcap. They live stream, I think, like 5 days a week. Whenever there's like a playoff, something going on. Via Zoom. Their chemistry, their persona, their name is so valuable that even via Zoom, they get hundreds of thousands of views every episode, every week, every clip. Shannon Sharp could literally live off of that podcast, let alone the one that he already has, right? B-Dot and Elliott could have been doing Zoom podcasts. We've done Zoom podcasts during the pandemic. We were doing episodes via Zoom, especially to keep the consistency going. You have to develop that brand of just like, oh, people don't care if it's just a guest on. They're just a guest-based podcast. I think that's where they fail because people care about their opinions. What's proof? Elliott Wilson right now going viral every fucking day for something. People care about his opinion. So if he gets on a podcast every week and shares his opinion, it's going to be successful. What's another example? His podcast he's doing right now with DJ Head and Jeremy Heck. Shout out to my boy Jeremy. They're extremely successful. It's blowing up. Why? Because you're getting these people's opinions, etc. The only downfall is you get a lot of random messy moments like Elliott playing the Bow Wow clip. Like, don't fucking do that. But then it's almost like a flex, a petty flex, where he's like, I can do this. I'm getting a Bow Wow clip, which I think that's why he does that type of shit. It's like, oh, I'm getting a Bow Wow threat clip, whatever I could play on the It's like, don't do that. It's messy.
I'm relevant.
That's messy. Yeah, it's like I'm relevant, but it's messy, Elliott. But God bless. B-Dot drops these lists, end of the year lists, rappers of the best rappers of the year, etc. And he has his own thing that he does lists now, where it's like the best posse cuts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
They constantly go viral. Why? Because people care about B-Dot's opinion, right? Especially if you're like a Griselda type of like hip hop stan, hip hop head. You know what B-Dot is. You appreciate his takes. They care about his opinion, whether they agree with him or disagree with him. Most of the time, they disagree with him. So them together is a no-brainer. And if you're watching this, Elliott, B-Dot, do a fucking podcast together. If you got to name it something else other than Rap Radar at this point, do it. But people are going to, you have the fan base. People are interested. Do it. Just do it. It's a no-brainer. But it was funny to see how the whole fucking hip-hop journalism world, music journalism world, just fucking went in uproar. Because their dynamic is fucking good as hell. Like, they had a lot of peak moments during the interviews where, like, B-Dot would make fun of Elliott's laugh and, like, that annoying-ass laugh and all this shit. You would think, like, oh, these niggas at least got to be having a meeting once a week, aside off cameras, at least.
Nah, them niggas just shaking
Them
hands.
niggas didn't even eat lunch together, let alone text each other a fucking meme. You can hear B-Dot's not texting Elliott a meme? These niggas ain't texting each other memes and shit?
They might, bro. Some men are weird. Some niggas
No,
really
they're not.
talk all the time and they're still not friends.
No, they say that they're not.
You could talk to someone every day and not be their friend
But they haven't talked at all.
because there's no reason.
He's never
to.
even followed him. He says he never even followed him on social media.
Yeah, bro.
He's never even followed him on social media.
Business is cooked.
Listen, I understand business partner aspect, but it's like Joe Budden said, like, these motherfuckers had me on their podcast 3 times, and the whole time they hated each other. It's like, I would have had it even gone on. Like, I thought you niggas were really friends. This is just a pure business play? Like, purely business. Like, you guys are just doing this for the bag because Elliott Wilson, to this day, hasn't brought Rap Radar podcast back because he's waiting for a contract, like a bag. You could do it independently and run up the bag. They could get sponsors. They could do a lot of shit. He says to Joe Budden, hey, you're a hypocrite because you and Charlamagne are hypocrites because you both have podcast networks. Hire us. Give us a deal. That would be a huge play.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Technically, we have a podcast network over here. We can't give you $1 though. We might have to give you. We might have you give us some money. Elliott,
We can give you
B-Dot.
cookies.
We're gonna give you niggas some cookies. Niggas want some cookies. Got some cookies in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Give you some cookies. Other than that, you know, maybe let's collaborate. I don't know. I will say this: Joe Budden definitely has a bag to pay these niggas all day, and they have a lot of tension that they could get bags from sponsorships, etc. The bigger picture's fire. I like what they're doing. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a world where he can keep doing that and then do the B Dot podcast. B Dot and Elliott do something else. But for those who pay attention to Elliott Wilson, he's definitely been trying to do his own shit. He has his own thing on Patreon. It's called the Elliott Wilson Experience, similar to the Joe Rogan Experience. Like he's basically is a dope name. I like that concept. He dropped podcasts. A lot of them had a lot of technical difficulties, microphone issues, etc. The Cash Cobain interview, etc. They had like microphone issues. These podcasts, they didn't reach a virality level like the Crown, Rap Radar interviews he's done. I think because of that, he's figuring it out, and he kind of stopped him. He hasn't brought him back yet. But obviously, he has a lot of potential. He could do that as well. So can be that. But when their forces combine and coexist, I think that's when people pay the most attention, clearly. You know what I'm saying? I've watched B-Dot's live streams where he does these lists. The unlisted thing is a dope idea, but it's like 100 people, 200 people. Like, it's not a lot of people. Like, if he does some shit with Elliott, obviously the numbers multiply. But at the same time, if these niggas ain't friends, are we ever going to get this shit at all? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Crash out Elliott. Joe Budden is to blame. Multiple scenes of evidence. And at the same time, full circle. Because I think that they should go on the Joe Budden Podcast Network and do a different show. Not join the cast. The cast is, there's too many niggas on the cast already. Like, the number of niggas right now, like, you got
insane.
All these motherfuckers, like, it's good.
They need to start shipping niggas out.
Yeah, it's good. I fuck with it, though, still, because it brings a lot of drama. But, like, you add 2 more, it's OD.
Nigga,
it's OD.
that shit's a party.
Yeah, because technically they took out Jadakiss' son, J1. He hasn't been on in a while. So I'm assuming they took him off. Yeah. Right? Mark Lamont is kind of becoming more frequent.
No, he's a fan favorite. He's staying.
Yeah. Melissa is Melissa. I'm surprised they haven't added another woman. But
they want Melissa out of there, like the fans.
But they got to keep her. She's too provocative. They got to keep her. B-Dot could work, but I feel like B-Dot kind of gives more of like a more chill, maybe Mark Lamont type of vibe a bit. It'll be interesting. I'm here to keep you guys updated and keep you going along and developing all this, you know, as it's going, because this is the biggest story in hip hop journalism, an actual hip hop journalism beef between people that we thought might have been brothers from birth. That's how close we thought they were, right? Mm-hmm. They were like there was like a 2 peas in a pod, Elliott Wilson and B-Dot.
Nigga, you thought that.
Yeah, I know. But business is business. Politics as usual. Love you guys, B-Dot, Elliott. Hope to see you guys reunite 2025. Let's get that going. Maybe I could be the mediator. Maybe I could be in the middle because I know so much about it. You know, I could get me involved. You know, I might. No, I won't do it for free. You know, give me something. 10% of something. It's better than nothing. We spoke about Bieber. We spoke about the DJs beefing. Dodie 6, the best rapper to ever come out of LA, stamped today by Rolling Stone. Wow. They gonna let me for my ambition. And that was a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition podcast, Cap. If you're looking to watch the full episode, make sure to go check it out right now. It's available on audio and also on YouTube.